consistent.
Welcome to The Basement. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to The Basement. I'm Nolo.
Jose, what's going on?
And today we got a full studio. We got the family in the house. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
It's Crime Faces family. I'm Outcast.
Sunset Will.
Brother Cuz, baby.
You guys don't got to get that close. You guys stay exactly where you are. That came out mad loud. People were like, yo, what are these guys doing? I forgot to tell you that. Like I said, this is all noob stuff to all of us. So you guys can talk right from there. It's us got to get closer because we're lower. All right? All right, bet. So,
All right, so we got connected through Will. Will's my sister's boyfriend.
Correct.
Or for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
A hot minute, yo.
7 years?
Maybe too long.
Definitely.
Yeah.
it's time to go. That's what he's saying. It's basically
And then
time
he
to
showed
go.
me some of the Instagram videos, and I thought they were hilarious. Crime Faces video. That was you, right?
Yes.
How did you come up with that idea?
It started out, I was doing it about crime, and it was more like serious. It was like a reporter, so I was like talking clean and writing clean, more like a reporter. But then that shit got boring, and I got like uninterested. So then I just started saying, yo, let me just mess around. So I started commenting. I threw it in iMovie. I started turning the volume on for the videos, and I started commentating on it. And then I was just like, fuck it, I'll just be myself. And I just crack some jokes and see what happens. And then it just, all of a sudden, I put one up, I put two up, and then it just started bubbling. It got a big response.
Yeah. Then you be rapping them too.
Yeah. I used to be a rapper. I was a former rapper. Big time, too.
Current, because you recording. Because I think the rapping was such like a niche that I made me want to keep watching them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you'll hear it in the videos. That's actually yesterday. I did a interview with heritagehiphop.com, and they're cool. Those guys, they're good dudes. And they asked me a similar question. They were like, "Yo," because they're all about hip hop and the culture and this and that. And they were like, "Yo, you know, we hear the hip hop in it."
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah." I told them, I explained it. I was like, "Yo, I'm mad hip hop. I'm a hip hop historian. I know everything about hip hop. So when you hear me talk or you hear me record or whatever, you're gonna hear it in there. You know what I mean? And sometimes when I'm doing a video, I just all of a sudden it just starts flowing. You know what I mean? As I'm talking, it's just flowing, and it sounds funny. So then I keep it going.
It's like second nature.
Yeah. It's just how I talk. You know.
How do you choose your videos?
I used to look for them. Now I don't have to look for them. Now I just as soon as I wake up in the morning, there's 40 of them in my DMs. Yeah. So and then people are good though. People they send me good videos. Like sometimes they send me videos I can't work with them. But a lot of people, I got like 10, 20 dudes that are good video pickers. They're just like my boys on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I just know them from my Instagram. And they be like, yo, I got this. And they'll send me one. I'll be like, boom, that's money. I'll take that one. You know, they're good pickers.
You shot them out?
Huh?
You shot them out on the Instagram?
Yeah. I tag them. I shout them out. I tag them. You know, but it happens so often I can't, sometimes I can't remember who sent me the video. You know what I mean? It's 40, 50 videos I'm looking through every single morning. So sometimes I forget or whatever, and then the dude will hit me back later. Yo, you ain't shout me out. I'll be like, yo, I got you. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying?
So you grew up in the city?
I grew up in New York City every single day of my life, yeah.
What, Sunset?
No, I'm from Staten Island originally.
Oh, you from Staten Island?
I'm from Staten Island originally,
okay.
But I lived in probably every single place except for Queens. So I moved around a lot. I was out on my own when I was 15 years old, paying rent, doing whatever since 15. So like, you know what I mean? I was already doing things. So I lived in the Bronx. I lived in Brooklyn. I lived in Staten Island. I actually stayed in Manhattan for a little while. So I'm well versed. I've been around. Yeah. I didn't just grow up on one block and stay there forever like a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. All right. So you got some like the merch you got. Was that a request, or you just decided to throw it out there and see what happened?
Nah, we came up with the logo, and It's just
That was your logo. You made that yourself.
yeah, I made it. I thought of the color combination, and then I discussed it with these guys right here, and I was like, yo, we need like a logo, like something. And then we just were running back and forth. We're like, yo, ski mask, ski mask. And it kind of like, I think a couple other people have used ski mask before, but not to that degree of making it the actual logo. So now I was like, nah, you know what? We got to get it where it's noticeable, where the color pops. So I said, yo, black and neon green. That's it. That's a dope color. Catches your eye. So then we went with it, and then people were hitting us up. I made a few shirts real quick just for us.
Yeah.
And we were wearing them, and people were hitting us up. Yo, that shirt is fire. Yo, that logo's dope. How do I get? So I was like, yo, I gotta make shirts then.
Yeah, because that's one thing I saw the logo. I saw the logo. I was like, that's a pretty dope logo.
Yeah, thank you, man.
No doubt.
Yeah, it catches your eye quick. It's one of those.
Are you
things.
guys ever comment on the video? I mean, you guys ever like record?
No, not necessarily. No, we don't.
No, these are podcast guys. These are my guys that we play off of each other. So when we do the podcast, you know, we mess around every day anyway. You know what I mean? That's just how we talk. Pause. Absolutely. I knew he was gonna get.
We were mentioning before the pausing, the excessive pausing in this episode. We might even name it
was on the
pause.
episode before. He was on one of our shows.
Correct. Yeah, I was here before.
Yeah,
I
what
was.
was the episode like?
I was in the basement.
I don't remember what I did 10 minutes ago.
The basement is awesome.
And
It's a good place to
Brother
be.
Cuz, right?
Brother Cuz, baby. Yeah.
Where you from?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, born and raised.
Yes, sir.
So what you do?
What do you mean?
You got an Instagram or something?
Yeah, crime faces.
Oh, you guys be doing it together then?
Yeah,
He
we
does.
all-
That's what he just said. Yo, he doesn't listen, bro.
No, I
My
wanted
bad.
to know if you had like your own thing going on.
Nah.
No, we all.
I just
crime
emerged
faces.
when they called me. I just pop up.
Yo, so let me ask you a question real quick. So, what is your opinion on people who are recording? Should they be subject to a crime because they're not stopping or calling the cops? What do
The person that's recording.
Yeah, what do you think about all of that? Should there be charges?
That's gonna
for
happen regardless, and they're keeping me in business. So that's
free.
yeah, that's gonna happen regardless. It's not everybody that's standing around is not gonna be a hero. They're not gonna jump into action. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna pick up their phone and record. That's just natural human nature. Most of them are probably scared or they don't want to get involved, so they record it on a sneak. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I mean, if something dramatic is happening, if somebody's beating up a little kid or a girl's
Yeah,
getting beat up,
yeah.
you know, you need to step in, you know? But otherwise, a guy-on-guy fight, yo, record that shit, send it to me.
But keep the video still.
And if you're there, make sure to say crime faces.
Oh, that's gonna be the new one.
Okay.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, because the one thing about videos that I can't stand when I watch them when they're shaking the camera.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, just keep it still.
Nah, you know what I
man.
don't like about the people recording it? They're all the same. They all try to do their on-the-spot commentary, and it's
Swag.
god-awful, corny.
Yeah, swag.
And then the camera guy is always tougher than everybody that's fighting. You ain't gonna do that to me. You ain't gonna. Yo, man, that dude comes over there right now. He's gonna slap fire out your ass too.
The camera drop on the ground.
Yeah, the camera guy's always like, "Oh, you see what's happening?
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen to me though."
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah,
man.
always doing it.
I was down the block from where I currently am, and there was the citizen that pops up that there's a fight going on. Supposedly, some woman was stabbing somebody. Like went up, I think, to like ask for money. I think I know who it is too. To ask for money, and
yeah,
the
I
girls
remember.
didn't respond, and the pad handler, the person asking for money, stabbed the 2 chicks or something, or went to stab them with something. So I see it on my citizen. I'm like, oh, yo, this is here. So I pull the citizen app to record, and I'm recording, and I hear people around me. Now, I don't fit in this neighborhood, right? I look like straight up like a cop. But some of these niggas know me. They see me go to the liquor store. So I'm like, I'm recording, being on nosy, and I hear, yo, look at this nigga recording. This nigga recording, everybody's laughing. So I'm passing by, and there's mad cops. And one of the cops, another fight starts breaking up over here, and another fight over here. And then a group of cops, one cop pushes the girl and that says, give me your ID. I'm like, first of all, you just assaulted her. You just put your hands on her for no reason. And now you're asking for ID. This is what I'm thinking. So then all of a sudden, some of the guys from the block are like, yo, what you recording for? You want some problems? I was like, oh, shit. I'm going to get my ass whipped.
On my own video.
I need to speed.
I'm going to make so much money off of this video.
If you had a crime faces shirt on, you wouldn't have that issue.
Yo, so I mean, so I turned around and I was like, nah, I'm recording the cops, yo. That was fucked up over there. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, oh. I turned it off. I got in my car and I ran out.
It's funny because every time that Citizens app goes off, I'm always like, is it close? I want to record. Sometimes if I'm close enough, I just want to record myself and just start messing around.
Yo, you got the Citizens app?
Yeah, I got it.
I deleted that.
Why?
There's too many notifications, and you'll end up moving from wherever you're at.
That's so funny. I always tell people that.
No matter how
You end up
good the
moving,
neighborhood
so
is.
it's ridiculous. Or you either end up moving or becoming a vigilante because you want to fight crime. It's shocking how close it is all the time.
Yo, that's true. Because I live in a good neighborhood, and I didn't know half the shit was going on. It's like 1 block away, man waving a gun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And you like, down this block?
yeah, I was like, yo, there's a lot going on. Last night, somebody was rummaging through a house. It said active robbery. And it was like probably 6 p.m. Somebody's running through somebody's house. Like, people are home. It's dinner time.
Dinner?
Yeah,
That's
dinner
crazy,
time.
man.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, today I got a notification for the boat fire in California on the Citizens app. I was like, what? That's far. Why would you give me that message? That's dumb.
I think it's because it's a major story. Like 40 people drowned and died. You might know about it. It's gonna be a topic.
Around us, there's a lot of action.
If no one else told you, that's what that app is saying. If none of these other apps told you, let me be the first one to tell you. 20 people drowned and died. They only found 4.
And it's funny because on the Citizens app,
That's what happened right there.
I be commenting on the Citizens app too. I changed my name to Kim Jong Un, and I put the face of the guy. So I be commenting saying crazy stuff.
This guy's a clown.
Great.
This guy's a clown.
He's in North
That's
Korea.
that guy right there.
He's in North Korea. He's gone.
Yeah, there's always something going around in New York, man. Things that you would never expect. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, word. How long have you been doing crime faces, right?
Yeah, probably, what is this? Probably like, not long, 5 months.
Mm.
Yeah, 5 months, maybe 6
So you're ready to take this into a podcast level.
Yeah, we have to.
That was initially
yeah.
what we wanted to do initially, because we're good friends. We're always around each other, and we figured this would work. It would definitely work.
Yeah.
We're New York guys. We're funny.
Yeah.
We have good humor, so we figured, hey,
And you're already talking about it.
right.
Yeah, you might as well just keep going.
Yeah, we
Yo,
do it.
we got
yeah,
the best
do it
page on
anyway.
IG.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
So we gotta give, people are waiting. You got their attention. They want to hear what you gotta say. So
You think white people like watching these videos? I feel like they don't.
white people?
The white
They love it.
white
people-
audience.
white
Shout out to all
people.
my white people.
That was a layup. You just gave me an alley oop. White people, everybody loves crime faces. If you see the followers or the people that DM me,
Yeah.
you won't believe it because what I'm doing it's universal, which is the whole point of me doing it. It's kind of cool like that because I have a 70-year-old couple from like California. They look, I don't know, Albanian. And they DM me all the time. This the best. I love it. Da, 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 da. One guy ordered a whole bunch of crime faces clothes. I was like, yo, that's a lot of clothes. Like 200 and change of clothes. So I'm curious to know who this guy is. He's like a Jew that's like 60-something years old that lives in Manhattan. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. He's going to wear this? You know what I'm saying? It's not really a family-friendly logo, you know what I'm saying? But it's a 60-year-old Jew. And then the other thing is with Bill Burr. When Bill Burr shouted it out, a lot of people from California. So California, I might move to California because California, they hit me up all the time. Yo, in Santa Clara, everybody in my town, in the barbershops, they're talking about crime faces. We love it. Or a lot of my sales are going to California.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of skateboarders, a lot of like surfer dudes and stuff. So that's like a good, that's like a good audience to have.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just a lot of these hood IG pages. It's just followed by hood people. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? I got skateboarders, I got comedians, I got older people.
I think it was Lil Wayne that was saying that too. He said that in his concerts when he sees all different faces. He's like, back in the day it was all black faces, but now it's just white.
Yeah, but that's how you know you're making a good product because it's universal. You know what I mean? You get stuck in one lane and then that's it. That you have no ceiling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was listening to this thing. They were talking about like cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
And they were kind of talking about that. They were saying that like I think it's a good thing when you be culture appropriated. That means somebody likes your stuff.
Well, the trick I noticed what the trick was when I was first doing it, I was trying to do it like I said, like a reporter, like serious, this and that, and I like wasn't being myself. You know what I mean? Like I was trying to be too proper, and you know. So then when I started doing it, I just started getting loose and just saying whatever the hell I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. That's when I got a major response, and people hit me up. I love your accent. I didn't really know I had an accent. I love your accent. I love how you talk. Yeah, they're like, yo, it's great. This is awesome. Me, one guy hit me up. He's like, yo, me and 15 of my boys got it pulled up on the YouTube on the 65-inch screen. Everybody's dying laughing. They sent me a picture. It was all like surfer dudes, so they must be in there smoking. But yo, that's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's working. So it's a good.
You ever thought about going out, like doing interviews outside in the street?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, definitely.
But
People be reckless though.
well, that would be more Will's forte because Sunset Will, he's more inquisitive and he'll ask better questions.
That sounds like somebody who's intrometido.
All in the business.
Nosy ass person.
It's Puerto Rican.
It's Puerto Rican. It's in the blood. Is that what you're saying? I guess that might be true.
Yeah, because you can imagine when you go to like the parades. Well, there's one parade today. What was it called again?
The West Indian Day.
There's always a fight every year.
Oh, that'd be great.
You go out there and just record and wait for the fight to pop off
man.
and run to it.
Yeah, but you might get.
Yeah, you think I'm reckless. You're there for one reason. You want to catch the action, not be part of it.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
true.
I'm reporting unofficially here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't mind me while I watch your dumb asses do some dumb stuff. I'm just trying to make money off of you.
There's money out there somewhere. But
There's money to be made. This is definitely something that's a trend. I mean, if it wasn't, then you wouldn't have the following that you have.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So it's definitely an audience out there for this.
And so in 5 months, you went from nothing to what you got, like 30?
From 0 to I think I just hit 37 maybe 37.
Wow.
37.
We've been doing this for like a year and 6 months. We got like 3 people, and 2 of them are us.
Yo, you know what's funny? We don't even look at the podcast numbers anymore.
Yeah.
No, we don't even look at them because we're just like we'll just put it out there.
And because we know no one's listening, so what's the point? Obviously, but
I feel like if we find out it's exploding, it's kind of gonna influence.
I don't want to get to that fake like. Oh.
Yeah, I want to just do it.
The first few episodes, you always feel like that. And announcing. No, just freaking talk, bro. Relax.
Just go. Be yourself.
Like the cameras, like he was saying before, you don't even. Once we were the same way, like look at us on camera. Then after a while, you just totally forget they're even there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You know what I
we
mean?
forget to record the camera.
Sometimes we even forget to record it. Yeah. We go through the whole episode thinking that we have the cameras on, and oh well, less editing for me.
I guess that's the upside of doing it with like your friends, your homeboys. It's
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You forget it's just talk.
Yeah, like we were doing before. We were just going off. We weren't even thinking about anything.
Yeah, and it was we rehearsed nothing. We're just having the conversation, and the fact that you guys have a consistent theme. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's targeting a specific viewer, which is pretty much everyone who likes fighting. Especially
Which is mostly everybody.
Everybody's gonna watch. Everybody. That's the point. Everybody's gonna watch the videos anyway.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I watched.
Yo, can we cut that light off?
We
Think
could.
that's making it hot.
No, that's us. That's us breathing each other's breath. Pause. Forgot to say pause. Pause.
Yeah, because there's a subreddit called Fight Porn, and it's all about fighting. And I think I've watched every single video on the subreddit.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
It's always the best.
People gonna watch it anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna watch it anyway, and I could turn off the volume and talk to you while you're watching it anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's a good strategy. You're gonna listen to what I'm saying.
Give you a little insight of what you're seeing there.
Yeah.
Right now. Why not?
If you just pretend like you're not alive and lie to yourself, it's actually not that bad. In heat wise in here. Just saying. Just saying.
I'm good.
And then there's a fly. We should get the fly squatter. We had a whole clip of us just using the fly squatter the first time.
You're gonna have to get one of those.
Yeah, I got the little.
We have the electric flash.
We got the electric.
So when you hit it, it's like a pop.
So much fun. I had my son over this weekend, and he was messing with it. I had his cousin over, And both of them were like, yeah, you can't be scared. You can't be scared. It reminds me when people say when they shoot guns, actors shoot guns, they blink. So they have to shoot a few times so they don't blink. So they got that effect like they're hard. Like, you know, you messing with me, son. So they have to like shoot a few times because they blink. Both these niggas like, don't be soft. It's not going to bite you, bro. Relax. Yeah, for a full hour, they were squatting flies. I apologize for the last fly.
So what else you guys into?
As far as what?
I don't know.
Like, what do you guys do outside of this?
We're doing a documentary.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, we're doing a documentary. So I posted a trailer last night. I posted one of the trailers, but there's like 3 other trailers that's on the page already.
And what's that on?
But it's about Mario Machete story.
Oh.
He's a guy from Bushwick. He did 27 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit, and it's his story. He's out now.
It's a great story.
He got let out, or
He
did
served
his time. He
served
served
his
his
full
time.
time and got out. Yeah, he
served
served
his
his full.
time.
He did 27 years in 1986. He went in before the Mets won the World Series. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
That
He
puts
went
it
in.
perspective.
He went in February of '86. They won in October of '86. So the last time he hit the street, the Mets didn't even. Before the Mets won the World Series.
so he was basically guilty the entire time through. Came out.
He was found guilty
Found
and
guilty.
did
He
his
was
time.
found
correct?
guilty because people testified against him and people said they saw things that weren't true.
Right.
So it's a big story. I cover everything in the documentary, but
Yeah.
he was actually told on by his friends. That's basically who told him. And then you'll see in the documentary a famous rapper actually set him up and walked him to the police.
That
So-
reminds me of that. What was that thing called on Netflix with those 5 kids?
Yeah,
Central Park 5.
Central Park.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah, it's something like that. But this story is a lot deeper because there's a lot more twists and turns to it. More than just the cops setting up kids. This was his own friends, and the people in the street actually know the real story. And those kids did 7 years, 8 years. One of them did like 13 years, and they all got paid. This guy didn't do 7 years. This guy did 27 years. His kid, when he went away to jail, his daughter, I think, was
A year
8
old?
months old. No, 8
Oh,
months old.
8 months
He
old.
came out, she was 28, some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So he did 27. He did a lifetime in jail, and he came out, and now he just he didn't get millions of dollars when he got out. He didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't get vindicated. So
So he's fighting it right now. Then?
That's what we're trying to do here. We're in talks with an Innocence Project. The Innocence Project people.
Yeah.
We're in talk with them. There's a few guys that we know that work with them, and that's why we're making this documentary. We're gonna bring it out there to get the story out there and talk to more people and see if we can get it vindicated. We actually, the rapper that told on him, we actually have text messages and emails between mutual friends, asking him to come forward and tell the truth.
And tell the truth about that day.
And before he even did that, or he probably, I don't even know if he had intentions on ever doing it, he dropped dead. So now
The rapper
dropped
that
dead.
is.
So now the rapper dropped dead, but we have all the emails, the texts of them,
Going back and
corresponding.
forth.
Yo, vindicate me. Speak up.
If hypothetically, if they were to find out that he had nothing to do with it, would he be able to sue the state?
Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He did 27 years of his life for something he didn't
I
do.
can't even imagine how many people are.
You see the front of the mic, the printing? That's the front of the mic. So keep that's the front, yeah.
Gotcha.
And get a little closer yourself. You're good. Sorry about that. And if you want, you could actually open up the door, and then it'll be air, a little bit of air if you
All right,
want.
yeah, open up in a minute.
And second, my bag. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say because I can't even imagine how many people get locked up for stuff they didn't do because either somebody
Was coerced.
somebody's coerced, like they're
Yeah.
scared. They're scared of the cops. They don't want to
The
get locked
cops.
up, so they say whatever they gotta say to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Or even set up just by the cops straight up. The cops know you from the neighborhood, and they just want to get rid of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
And
It
that's-
happens.
And that's why when people talk about like the death penalty for murder and stuff, I'm like, I don't know, son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna kill somebody and then find out 20, 30 years down the line that they didn't actually do it, and now what?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with DNA. DNA vindicated a lot of people.
Yeah, I've been listening to like true crime podcasts, and they always go back from the 60s or 70s, kind of find out the guy didn't actually do it, and they basically let him loose. And then there's some states that have like a limit of how much money they can give you.
Right.
So you get out with like $2,000-$3,000 after spending 20 years in jail. And I said that's nothing. You know?
Yeah, that's horrible.
There was one guy I heard he got out with I think it was $48.
Nice.
They gave him his bag back of his stuff and he had $48.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy, yo. And that's why I be telling people, man, like you gotta the police cameras and you recording on your phone and all that stuff is relevant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with the cops with the lapel pin. What's it called, lapel pin? The cameras that we be wearing now? The body cameras.
The body cams.
And somebody that guy, what's his name? Epstein too. The camera was broken. You know what I'm saying? Well, they said that.
Right, Epstein.
You know what I'm saying? Like he was, they were watching him 24/7.
Right. He was I think he just came off of suicide watch.
Oh, wasn't that?
But the unit where he was
Like
at, it was monitored by camera at all times, 24 hours a day.
And then when it just broke.
Yeah. Right.
It's funny because conspiracy theories, some of them are legit, yo.
Nah, that's a creepy story. They have film of a girl in plain clothes going in the room that's had no camera on for like 2 hours. The girl wasn't even, they don't know if she was a lawyer or not. She walked in there with nothing in her hand. Usually a lawyer has like file papers.
Yeah.
Usually a lawyer's dressed nice. They said she was dressed casually with nothing in her hand. She walked in the room. Nobody saw nothing for 2 hours and she left. And they said she looked young. So now if this dude is supposedly a pedophile or whatever he is, why would you let a girl that nobody knows who they are to go in there? You know what I'm saying? So now they're saying that she might have murdered him.
Do you know who she is?
They don't know who she is. They're saying that she might have went in there and killed him. She might have been an assassin or whatever. They're saying, who the hell is she? You know?
I love stuff like that.
One of Hillary's specials.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because people that have dirt on the Clintons always wind up dead. They don't wind up dead. They commit suicide.
They all commit suicide.
Yeah, they all commit suicide, right?
Well, one of them committed suicide by stabbing themselves in the back. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a wild way to commit suicide.
You gotta set up the knife.
That's wild. That is wild.
And then fall on the knife, right?
And it was like investigated and settled as a suicide. Like that's it. Close the book as a suicide.
Investigation over.
Yo, that's mad work.
Nothing else to see here. Don't ask any more questions.
Not one kind
Say no
swab,
more.
not one testing.
Nothing.
Yo, there was one too I saw that he shot himself in the head twice. That was another one I saw.
I don't know which one that was. I'm not sure about that one, but I know that the young kid that was in New Orleans. What was his name? Young kid in New Orleans. Gold was his name? Barry Gold? I don't remember his. Nah. His name was. He was a young kid. I think his last name was Gold, and he was in New Orleans, and he supposedly he had some information or something that he was leaking out, and he ended up getting murdered, and they had some weird camera footage. It looked weird. They said that he got robbed and this and that. But the camera footage was like inconclusive, and they were like, "Who robbed them?" And they were saying it was New Orleans, and it was black guys that robbed them, but there was no black guys on the camera in the area. So they were saying that's very suspect. And it just so happened he was gonna go. That was like on a Friday or Saturday, and Monday morning he had an appointment to do something.
There was another one that he was like driving on the highway or something, and he was going like 120 and hit a tree, and they said he committed suicide. But then they were saying that type of car he had, you could kind of hack into it and control it, like make it force it to go, accelerate it. Because it's not like, like some cars you push the gas and it's mechanical. Yeah. This one was electronic. So there was a way to hack into it, kind of mess with it.
I have a set of skills. So it's like the guy.
Yeah. It's crazy because with that conspiracy theory, everybody's like almost awake to it.
Yeah.
When before, if you said something about conspiracy, they're like, "Oh, you crazy." But now it's like, wait, maybe this is real, yo.
Well, the concept of conspiracy theory was created to make you feel like you're crazy, that you're a conspiracy theorist. You understand? Like if you ask too many questions, you're labeled a conspiracy theorist, and now you thinking to yourself, "Damn, the people are calling me names now. Yeah, maybe I'm crazy. I'm wrong." Yeah.
It's funny because
that's the whole concept of that title.
There's a conspiracy. I forget what it's called, though. But they were gonna bomb. They were gonna crash an airplane in America, and they were gonna blame it on Cuba. This was like in the '60s, so that way America could go to war with Cuba. And then JFK was the one that said like, no, we can't do that. And when he signed off, like literally, like within a few months, he got killed. But it wasn't just that one thing, because he was even saying things about that there's a secret society in America. You ever heard that speech?
Yeah.
That there's a secret society of men in America, and that we can have that. Damn, I wish we could pull it up now with the speech he did.
Really?
Yeah, you never heard that one?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I
heard
heard
that one. Yeah, you heard that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Really?
And then within like months, he got killed. So it was like a few things too, and they were saying something like he was gonna expose the mafia because they were involved with the government, like high government, not just regular city-state stuff, like legit, like federal government level stuff.
Yeah, because both and his brother got bodied too. Yeah, Robert F. Kennedy.
How long after that, you know?
No.
It was like a year, like even. His brother was like running for federal office after that, and they got killed.
I think he was running for president, if I'm not mistaken.
What was his brother's name? Robert?
Robert.
Yeah.
Robert.
And then the guy that killed Kennedy got killed within like a week.
Yeah. What's his name?
Lee Harvey Oswald got killed by the club guy.
Right. Ruby.
Jack Ruby.
Jack Ruby. Right.
Jesus Christ.
That guy was connected too.
Jack Ruby was connected with the mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's sick.
But it's still a conspiracy, isn't it? No,
Technically. There's a conspiracy theory that we didn't go to the moon.
Yeah.
Why haven't we gone to the moon?
Yeah, I heard
Still.
that.
Again,
Word.
right.
If we got there the
I wanna
first
go
time, why
back.
haven't we gone again? And you can imagine the technology is way better now.
And when Trump says, he develops a department of Space Force, you're like, oh gosh, it makes it seem more fake. Like the whole notion of space. There's a department called Space Force, and then there's another one that he just created that's separate from Space Force, but it's also like
space stuff.
Space Rangers.
He's throwing
Final
nuclear
frontier.
bombs into hurricanes.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should be going to space.
He should test that.
We got shit to do down here.
Yeah,
We're wasting our time, valuable
what are
money.
we doing up there? Like,
Dicking around in space, on Mars.
Nah, he
Dicking around on Mars.
He made a whole new department,
Maybe he'd be the president of Mars.
What are you doing?
Why are you dicking around on Mars? What are you doing up there?
Yeah.
Give up.
It's funny because there's a hurricane coming to Florida right now, going 1 mile an hour, super slow. And Trump was saying, "Oh, we should nuke it to get rid of it."
Seriously?
Yeah, he said we should nuke the hurricanes and it'll disperse it.
Is this true?
Yeah, this is.
You know how big the nuke has to be?
Yeah.
You know how we were just looking at
That's
the
crazy.
map of the hurricane. It takes like 4 hours to go from one part of Florida to another, right? The hurricane is that big. It'll take 4 hours.
Hell yeah, that thing is gigantic, bro.
This flies out of control, son.
What?
Yo, I'm enjoying watching them try to kill this.
That hurricane is
Got it?
ginormous. And then it ravaged the Bahamas.
It's
Man,
still
the
there.
Bahamas is so small. It's just right on top
The
of
hurricane is still there on the Bahamas.
It's actually
It
nice.
reminds me
It's been
like
there for like a day.
it reminds me like
hurricane is
Maria.
like
Yeah.
chilling right
It
now.
reminds me like Hurricane Maria.
What happened in
They
Puerto
just
Rico?
stood
It got hit?
over Puerto Rico.
Nah, like avoided Puerto Rico. I think
Yeah.
Puerto Rico got too much last year.
Puerto Rico needed a
They
break.
gotta pass, yeah.
And Trump said that about Puerto Rico too. He's like, here goes Puerto Rico again in the way.
Yo.
Every year, Puerto Rico was
Send
go
them a
again.
couple dollars.
Let me get
Let's
some
see
bounty
what
towels.
happens with it.
Let me get some bounty towels so I can throw it at them. Help them out. Que se jodan.
You know what's funny? Because I like the tweets. I want to keep them coming.
But that's why he does it. He does it for you.
Yeah, he does it for you.
He does it for you, the audience, the people that love
Absolutely.
hearing my dumb tweets. You love it. I love it. I'm president again. Vete pa'l todo pa'l.
Oh,
That's
man.
Donald Trump.
good.
So it's funny
That
because
was good.
in the news they look at the
Thanks.
tweets and they try to like bring it on seriously.
Yeah.
But it's not a serious tweet, yo. What are you doing, yo?
Nah,
They
you
try
know,
to
it's
take it seriously,
but
like,
sometimes
we're messing around.
online it's funny because sometimes they put up the fake tweets. You
The
know
fake
what I mean?
tweets are the best.
It looks like it's
He said
his
something
account.
reckless.
He
It could
says,
be him.
yeah, he says something crazy.
And it could be. That's the thing. We never
I
know.
don't
He's not
know.
too far. He's not too far off.
Yeah, I don't know. But some of the shit they say is crazy.
So y'all saw the Dave Chappelle special, right?
Yes.
Yes.
What'd
Absolutely.
y'all think about it?
Hilarious and real.
That was really good.
It's been a long time since I heard a real special like that, right?
Such a
Real.
long time,
It's
man.
been a long time.
It's not. Comedy is not what it used to.
No, it's not.
What
not.
it used to be.
Does that separate him from the rest? 'Cause he
Absolutely.
took-
Yes.
Absolutely.
He
I
took
think
it.
so.
He took it places that others. He even mentions it with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Damn, I was just thinking about Kevin Hart. That's a whole other topic.
Oh yeah, right. You heard about that, right?
He just had
Oh,
a
the
car
car
accident.
accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, I hope he's well.
Yeah, I heard he had back surgery. Like he had minor back surgery or something like that. He's alright.
Did you see the car? The picture of the car?
No, I didn't.
The whole top was gone.
Ooh.
The whole top. It was an old Barracuda.
Who driving? Was it him?
Now somebody else.
So
was
when they said back injury and you look at the car, you're like,
driving. Yeah.
And anytime you go under the knife with your back, that's some serious stuff. If you think about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could die from a car accident. He got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
Um,
name of the other dude that got hit by? What he got? UPS truck?
Nah, that was
Walmart.
A Walmart truck. Yeah, yeah,
Walmart.
yeah.
Who's that? Tracy
Tracy.
Morgan?
Tracy
Yeah.
Morgan.
Oh yeah, he was almost out of here.
Tracy almost
Yeah,
died
he was
for
almost
sure.
there,
Oh,
But he also
yeah.
got $100 million.
He did,
He got paid.
and he had a fender bender with his Bugatti.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I saw that. He was acting too crazy towards an innocent little lady that had no idea what she had done wrong. That's too crazy. That was
Yo.
too wild.
See, so the thing with comedy, because I like comedy. I like stand-up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time, it was just like, that was all right. That was all right. That was all right. Like, it's never been a good, really good, solid one for a while.
Yeah.
But that Dave Chappelle one, see, this is the one thing I hate about comedy the most. The one thing I hate about comedy is the laugh tracks.
Oh.
I can't stand laugh tracks.
What's that? The fake laughing?
The fake laughing?
Oh, the fake
As soon as
laugh.
I hear that, I'm like, I can't watch this. It's going to mess me up.
Yo, if I would have been in that crowd, forget it. You can't stop me from laughing. And Dave Chappelle special. That
And it's
shit
crazy. You know
was
what?
good.
You know I got a 0% of Rotten Tomatoes right now?
Oh my god.
Everybody's pissed off about it.
I laughed these.
Pissed off
Yeah.
about what?
Honesty.
Let's talk about it.
Well, that's
People
why.
hate honesty.
That's why Dave Chappelle is on a different level, because he reached a level where he could say whatever the fuck he wants.
Yep.
And when you can say whatever you want in comedy, you're gonna be way funnier than the person that filters himself because they're worried about what people are gonna say. So that's why Bill Burr is successful. That's why, even Rappaport says whatever the hell he wants. Bill Burr says what he wants. They reached a certain level where they're above all of that. So that's why.
Yeah, all these people ain't funny
Yeah.
no more.
Dave Chappelle says what he wants.
These people ain't
All
funny
these
no
up and
more.
coming comedians, they're filtering themselves.
And it's kind of like what you said before, too, that before you were trying to do like a news interview type deal,
Yeah.
like being serious, but then when you became yourself, it took off.
Yeah, you gotta just be yourself. Like even
mean-
if I do, I was even talking about doing comedy. Even if I do comedy, even though that's a tough sport, but even if I do a stand up or something like that, I gotta do it my way because I already know the formula. You know what I mean? If I try to do it filtered or carefully, it's gonna be whack.
The thing is that he's not the first like that, right? He's not the first doing it. He's not the first who's open like that. But eventually, time has shown that eventually they turn that fake, to get that commercial ad, to get that, that sponsorship money. You know what I'm saying? So they're reading somebody else that wrote on the desk, some corny ass line, and they're reading it to make.
Oh
that
no, that's
bread.
a fact because you saw the last episode of Drink Champs. Who's the guy? Ari Spears.
Oh, right.
Ari Spears.
He does the
Yeah.
impersonation.
He does all the impersonations, but
It was on Mad TV too.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
he been
Matt TV.
around. He been around forever, and he never conformed. So that's why he's not through the stratosphere.
He's not
You understand?
mainstream. He's not mainstream.
He stayed where he stayed because he'll tell you. He said it on Drink Champ. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna do what I want to do and say what I want to say about whoever," and that's why I'm not accepted. He said it. He's like, "That's why I'm not accepted." Hollywood.
Yeah, but
They
then
don't mess
Hollywood will destroy their careers, bro. You can't get too crazy.
Yeah, Hollywood's
either.
because even Dave Chappelle said it. They have like a double standard, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, you can say the N word, but you can't say the F word.
Right.
He's like,
Yeah,
why?
that's nuts.
Right.
It's like a double standard. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's like either say what you want or don't say what you want. If it offends you, then don't listen to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think if you let somebody, if let's say somebody's crazy offensive and they have no filter or whatever, then don't listen to them. And then if nobody listens to them, they ain't going nowhere. So you can leave them alone and let them die out. And that's kind of, I mean, I don't want to switch topics, but it's kind of what the thing with, like, ever since 2016, since the election, they give, like, the KKK and all them so much, like, airtime.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, we never listened to them before. Now they're everywhere because y'all keep interviewing them. Just leave them alone. Let them die out slowly.
We didn't even know they existed.
That's what I thought, too. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, they just live some in the country. Nobody
And not go down south.
They're by
I
themselves.
didn't even know they were around.
Yeah.
They meet up in the woods once in a while and have their ritual. You know what I mean? And you know they're not wearing any underwears on those long trench coats. You know what I mean? They're just rocking commando status,
With the sheets.
all willy nilly.
With the sheets.
But, and then with the Dave Chappelle, his comedy is not just like black comedy, white comedy. It's all
That's for
encompassing.
everybody.
It's
Yeah.
you comedy. You
Yeah.
find it funny
Mm-hmm.
because I'm sure there was a lefty sitting in there like.
They were all lefty.
Yeah.
They
No,
all
but
were
it's
there.
yeah, but it's a
They're
genius.
the only ones that could afford to occupy that place.
Wow, dude.
What did he
Nice
record at?
shot.
He said what he recorded. What was that?
Jeez, I forgot.
Where?
Yeah. where?
Atlanta.
Oh,
Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah, yeah.
Atlanta. That's what made it even more funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took it to the.
He was.
But then he had a. I
He
don't
was
know.
saying some stuff about Atlanta.
Yo.
On the
The
cover.
thing about David Chappelle, they knew what they're getting is real raw, and he stayed raw. Yeah. Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
maybe not so much Richard Pryor, but
Richard Pryor was awesome though.
you know what I mean. Like he stayed raw. Bill Burr stays raw. I don't
Speaking
care.
of Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
You know who else too?
Speaking of Richard Pryor.
that
Speaking of
was-
Richard Pryor. You guys.
Mooney.
Don't tell me nothing bad,
Paul
man,
Mooney.
please.
Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney, yeah. Paul Mooney's raw, son.
Yo,
Paul
he
Mooney
raw.
hurt.
Yeah, he's
Paul
raw,
is
right?
real raw.
Yeah, he's too raw, right?
It's realer than you think.
Yeah.
He's violated
Yo.
Richard Pryor's son.
Did you hear about that?
No.
No.
Yeah.
He what?
He violated, allegedly, he violated Richard Pryor's son.
And Richard Pryor
Paul
was
Mooney?
mad at him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like recently, or this is like some old stuff?
Back in the days
Back
when
in
they
the
were
day,
buddies.
it just came out. What was it, like the bodyguard or
What is
something like
happening
that?
right now?
Security guard?
Like
That told a
what,
story.
What do you when you say violating, sir? What do you refer
Had
to?
sex with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is his son
His
gay?
underage son.
His underage
Today, his son is not.
Yeah, today his son is 58.
Yeah, it's 58.
But
He's
Right.
happened.
not.
No. I just want to be clear for the
He's
audience and for
58
him
today.
because he's really dumb like me. So we just want to make sure we got this
He's
right.
58 today. Yeah.
His son is 58.
Yes, Richard Pryor Jr. is 58.
So
years of
who
age.
he announced it that this happened to him allegedly.
A security guard came out in an interview and made reference to that, to Richard Pryor putting out back then a hit,
Yeah. He
a
put
hit,
a hit
on
out.
Paul Mooney. On Paul Mooney,
Yes.
right?
That's crazy.
He put a hit out on
Put a
Paul
so much
Mooney.
stuff
A
on
$1
because-
million hit.
$1 million
$1
hit.
million hit on Paul Mooney because allegedly, you know, he
They're gonna make a documentary about it on Netflix special.
Nobody collected it.
When what's his name?
But that's funny because we never knew Paul Mooney was.
but he did
Is he
always
gay?
he did always
Yes.
give off.
If he did what they say he did.
No, he was just trying it out.
He was debating it.
He's just
He was
trying
like,
it out
should I
like skiing.
let
Like
me
it's
dabble?
Something to try out.
Yo.
So, but he's not married now, right? Paul Mooney.
Paul Mooney is not married and
He has
Gay.
kids.
he has kids, but I don't know if he was really affiliated to any relationship per se.
It's like what
I
they,
think he was like for a little bit, and then you know.
it's like what Dave Chappelle said about Atlanta. The gay niggas that hit with their wives.
Right. Oh
That
my.
hit. He said
Yeah,
that. When he
boom.
said that
That
hit.
hit right
Yeah, that
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
under
People
the
were
belt.
laughing and like, oh wait.
Yo, you know who else kept it real too throughout the whole thing too? Louis C.K.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because even when they pushed him on that thing, he was just like, I asked her. I
See
asked
the-
if she was okay. She said yeah. And that's it.
See the wives.
Yeah, but the shit he did, the shit Louis C.K. did was, I don't even know if it was that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm
What
saying.
did he
Yeah.
really
wasn't.
do? It's not like he was drugging girls in their drinks or, you know, raping young girls. Everybody was of age. He just asked them a simple question.
I'm sorry, but if you stuck around, you were part of the narrative.
Yeah.
If you stuck around,
And then now you're gonna complain about it after you stood 30, 40 minutes.
Like Chappelle says, what do you do wrong?
No, remember these girls are all starstruck. You know, these girls are starstruck. So if you got Louis C.K., he wants to do something with you. 9 times out of 10, because they're starstruck, they're gonna let it happen, and then they regret it later, and then they act like they didn't want to do it.
That's what Trump was saying too. Grab him, right?
Grab him by the pussy.
Yeah, that's what Trump said. He wasn't saying he was gonna force him. So he just they let you do it. Just do it.
Yeah, that's a wild approach. Though. That's aggressive. I don't think
That's extreme. Jerk off in front
I
of you.
actually never heard that before. Yeah, I never heard that before. Yo, they let us do whatever. Just grab them by the pussy.
Lead off.
Right.
I love our president.
It's a good
She's
show.
one of a
It's
kind,
a great
bro.
show.
Yeah.
It's a
One of a
great
kind.
show.
It's a
Enjoy
good
the
show.
show. It's only gonna last for 8 years.
You think he's gonna win again?
I tell you.
What do you guys think?
Do you see the other side?
Yeah,
What they
yeah.
got coming to the table?
I know that's what I be telling everybody. So I'm like, when they're like, "Oh, he's gonna lose," I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I've watched the debates.
No,
Didn't the one lady pretend her whole life that she was Native American Indian?
Yeah.
Kamala?
No, it was Elizabeth Warren.
Elizabeth Warren.
She pretended her
She
whole
took a
life.
blood test. That's
yeah,
what-
she took a blood test.
test.
She was like 1/100,000th percentage Native American.
Yeah.
Like my dog is 1/100,000 Native American.
Joe Rogan too. Joe Rogan's like, I'm more black than she's Native American.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because he took a
wow.
DNA, so he's like 4 or 5%, something like that.
Isn't she actually? Didn't I saw it right after that she's more white. I mean, allegedly. I mean, well, basically, the Queen of England is like the whitest woman in the world.
Is that
Because
true?
yeah, because you could like date back her ancestry so far back.
You be looking up
You
some
know?
weird stuff, bro.
Right. That's kind of weird.
The
That-
whitest person.
She's technically she is the whitest woman in the face of the earth.
That's like the
some shit like
beta.
that. Some
the-
crazy
the-
shit like that.
the-
Who's
Right?
the blackest guy in the world?
And then
Who's the blackest guy in the world?
We should find out.
Yeah, I want to know that. Who's the blackest
look
guy
at
in the world?
Charlie Murphy, rest in peace. Rest in peace.
99.9999% rest in peace.
Charlie Murphy.
Oh, sure.
Holy moly.
Well, anyway, she has less percentages than a Native American than Queen Elizabeth, which is crazy.
How about they
Versus
pull,
less.
How about they pulled Elizabeth Warren's college papers up, her application to go to college,
Did you pull it up?
and she checked Native American.
Oh, that's hard.
She
man.
checked that off.
I always check other. Like there's some other species out there.
Don't specify.
I don't really want to know. If you're gonna give me a break, just give me a break.
So she been
I am whatever you're giving a break to.
Don't put white, because then I can be no points.
Yeah.
no, but she been going with that live for
Still
45
right.
years, 50 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's that lady? 70. So she was in college. She was 20.
She's leading the polls too, out of all of them.
Well, I mean, nowadays, whatever you identify with, you can say you are, right?
That's true.
True, yeah.
Right?
So maybe you should say I identify. And just
right.
let it rock. See
So,
what
I mean,
happens.
yo, I'm Native American. I don't care what that says.
She probably
What I
invented
identify.
that.
That is true.
Yeah, basically,
Right.
she invented
Yeah.
that.
They will say Donald Trump should identify as a woman so he could be the first woman president and take it away from whoever's gonna do it. So that I identify as woman.
I
not
want
the
to
first-
identify as somebody that was on the '92 Dream Team. So that's we're gonna leave it like that. Settle it.
Send me my check. And it's crazy because out of all of them, Kamala Harris too. I was just talking to this dude. He's a Democrat, and we were both talking about Kamala Harris. I was like, yeah, but she's been lying, yo. Like throughout the whole time, she's been lying.
Yeah,
He's
she
like,
was smoking
he's
weed
like,
to
yeah.
Tupac in 1984.
Yeah, that's bullcrap, yo.
That's great.
That's the person that
And
smoked
then
weed
remember,
with.
remember when she came?
Yeah, right?
She
If you're
came
gonna
out
do
against Biden saying, "Oh, you voted for this," and then later on, when somebody explained to her the law, she's like, "Oh yeah, she would have voted that way too."
Yeah,
Because at the end of the day, like, do you want, if let's say you're a state representative, you want the president to tell you what to do? No,
Yeah,
you want to vote your own.
you know what else? She was a prosecutor, and she arrested. You know, she locked up mad people, sent mad people to jail.
Yeah.
But there was a loophole that she messed up because she didn't disclose the person that worked for her, that gathered information, gathered evidence. She didn't disclose to the defense that person got arrested for like beating up their girlfriend or something like that. That guy had a record. So that was when they found that out, they had to let all 600 people out free.
No way.
Yeah, so all these people that she put all those years that she was a prosecutor sending people to jail, It all got undone once they uncovered.
Do you have to pay them out?
Oh wow.
I don't know.
Pretty
I
good.
don't know what happened ever since then. But all her work was undone because of that loophole. You know what I mean? So
That's crazy. Okay, let's just say you guys saw the debates, right? I'm assuming.
not really.
I did not see that.
If you had to pick somebody, who do you think would be the biggest contender?
You know how we watch sports? I'm going to explain to you what's happening right here. The way you and I watch sports, we only watch if it's the Giants that's winning because we know people who watch the sport. When it comes to politics, there is the same thing to them. It's like, I'm not watching it. They're going to watch it towards the end. Like, give me the last two runner-up.
Give me the World Series.
Give me the World Series of this stuff. Get to
Yeah,
the
give me
point.
the
I don't
playoffs.
want to
I
know
watched the
about-
head. I watched the head-to-head debates. You know what I'm saying?
like
I'm not-
like whoever's gonna win.
Yeah,
against each
yeah.
other.
yeah, like if there's two final Republicans, two final
finalists,
Democrats,
That's what I'm saying.
East.
or
I
yeah.
watched the whole thing. I watched the whole
He
Not the
watches the
final,
thing
but
like
the
it's a
easy.
sport, like it's a
Yeah.
hobby.
Yeah, nah, it gets boring because you know they all start saying the same shit.
And you know what it is too? They're trying to like
I like the playoffs.
they're like
Put it
trying to
that way.
reach out to
Exactly.
people.
You're watching preseason.
There you go.
Yeah, I like
And then like if
That's
something
when you love
becomes
it, though.
popular, they'll
Uh-huh.
bend to
When
it.
you watch preseason, you love it.
yeah.
Love it.
You're dedicated.
You're committed by that.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean,
I watched the local.
Fourth quarter in
I watched the
preview.
local.
Yeah.
You're watching the
First quarter.
This
preseason.
guy's watching. This guy's watching college football.
I watched local debates all the way up to the presidential.
Nah.
Oh, look how sad they sound.
Yo, I used to follow Staten Island politics for a while, but they're whack all of them.
Wow.
They're horrible.
Dan Donovan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I see him all the time.
Yeah.
By the way, over there. I
As
see
long as
him
they
in
know
the-
your name, people vote for you. It doesn't even matter what you believe.
Yeah.
So based on where you see right now, it's gonna be Trump.
I would say so.
I think whether you like it or not, I think it's gonna come down to that.
Damn.
I think some people are coming to that senses pretty much. I don't know. Cause you gotta kind
If they had a
you gotta be
valid
trying to be
opponent,
crazy,
no,
right.
but if they had a valid opponent, it'd be a different. Yeah,
that's
they-
kind of you have nothing. And Joe Biden forgets his own name every other day. Like
Yeah, he told some story that they found out that like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
that
nuts.
it wasn't right.
he lost
He
his
was wrong.
mind.
He's too old. He forgot Obama's name. You saw that clip?
Yes.
Who's this?
Joe Biden.
Yo, you saw the clip of him. He was, I don't know where he was going, but he was rolling up and he was like gonna creep up. Nobody knew that he was there. Just surprise everybody, like, Joe Biden. Everybody went like this. No one reacted. But they just kept looking forward. Like, big deal. Like,
Yo, what was
oh
he
man,
apologizing for the other day?
just being a Biden. It's Joe
He
Biden.
apologizes a lot. I forgot. I don't
He
even know.
apologized for something recently.
I don't think he remembers what he apologized for.
I think that's one thing too. If you don't apologize, you could probably get away with murder. It's that when people apologize and they gotta go on like an apology tour and apologize to every. If you just be like, yo, that's what I believe in. That's it.
Apology selfies.
Yeah. You kind of gotta go through the whole motion.
Apology shots.
Just be like, yo, that's what I said and that's
I did
it.
that shit.
Yeah, did it. That's it.
Like steroids.
Like it or not. Yeah, I did this.
Like steroids in baseball.
Yeah,
If I got caught, I'll just be like, yeah, I did it.
I
Yeah,
did
that's it.
But
It's
you're
all right.
gonna-
As soon as you start trying to cover it up, they start
But
catching
stay
more.
tuned. I'm gonna be hitting home runs.
Yeah.
Stay tuned because I ain't
And
really
they
get
still,
caught.
yeah, they still letting me rock. They still letting me play.
I ain't get caught. So
They should make a whole league and just let people do whatever they want and see who's the strongest. Right?
with
Just
the
let them
weed,
go. Just
with
do
the
a
weed,
whole do whatever
especially
drug you
weed.
want. Let's see what happens.
especially weed.
They will have to make the field bigger.
Word. Just get so just wait. So you give everybody.
You don't give it to them. You just tell them it's available. If they want to do it, we're not going to test you. You just do whatever you want. You want to get high. You want to do roids,
While
whatever you
playing
want.
professionally.
Whatever. Yep.
Football.
Yeah, but you
Football,
can't say
hockey.
they're gonna do. Everybody's gonna say yes because if you don't say yes, you're not gonna make the team.
That's what I'm saying. Then
You
we
know
can
what
see
I'm
how
saying? You gotta
extreme
do it.
humans can really be.
You gotta do it.
Right?
Like some crazy arena, like back in the
Gladiators.
day. Yeah,
It'll
something
be.
like.
Then we have to make the
And
baseball
in
field
this
further
corner,
out.
entering the arena, the crackheads. Right? And just a group of crackheads come outside with
crackheads?
weapons. You know what I mean? Is that-
Padres,
that's what I'm picturing.
They be
I'll
falling
watch
asleep on
that
the
show.
field.
You know what I mean? Then the heroin crackheads are coming. You know what I mean? I'll watch that show.
This
I
corner.
I'm in there, baby.
What?
There's no legal that would stop them from doing that, right?
It's the
I mean,
fact.
I know wrestlers or
Yeah, but
roids.
steroids are an illegal substance in America.
Did you just ask? Would it be illegal to watch a show of people on
No,
drugs?
no.
I'm gonna
Steroids
say
are
no.
drugs.
No, steroids.
It's an
Steroid-
illegal drug.
Steroids are illegal. Some are legal, but the
Right,
ones
but I
that
don't know if- do wrestlers get tested?
doubt it.
I don't think
Every
that's
single-
they private though.
Like
Every-
WWE, like that wrestler.
That's privately owned.
Right.
Privately
Aren't
owned.
do they get tested?
They gotta be UFC gotta be clean though.
But
Nah,
I know
UFC,
most
yeah.
wrestlers on roids.
Every
Yeah.
wrestler is
Right.
on Roy.
So I mean,
Yeah.
do they get-
Absolutely.
do they
Yeah,
get
because
tested?
they're in their 50s.
I want
And
to.
they-
I think they get told a week before. Yo, you gotta get.
I don't
checked
even
out.
think they get tested, bro.
because I think
The
Vince
WWE, you know what I'm saying?
I
Once
think
you hit a
they
certain
show.
level, they're like, you good.
I
It's
think
a
they
show,
try to
though.
crack down on it. Yeah, it's a show, but you know, it's entertainment.
But isn't it considered sports entertainment?
in this corner?
That's why they had to change their name.
Manteca.
They had to change from Federation to Entertainment
Right.
because it's technically it's not real.
I guarantee you a party that's not going to be in that arena show that I pictured out to you guys, I guarantee the potheads are going to be like, nah, we good.
We'll
Yeah, I
just
get
watch.
it. You just watch. Go ahead. You know what I mean? That's exactly what
Unless
they're
you do a
doing.
basketball.
Nah,
league.
they don't do they don't test for steroids in WWE because who's the guy in charge? Vince
Vince
McMahon.
McMahon.
You
Yeah.
think he
Roids.
gives a fuck? He's on
He's
roids.
roided
He's
himself
roided
up.
up.
He was on Roy's or his right.
Yeah, he's roided up. Absolutely.
He's like, I'm the one dealing it.
Not for nothing. Isn't he 75 years old?
Yeah.
He looks
Jack.
great.
Jack.
Yeah, he looks great.
His son wrestles too.
Shane McMahon.
Shane
He
O'Mac,
took
right?
over. He kinda,
Shane O'Mac.
yeah, he
O'Mac.
kind of took over actually.
He got into what?
Yeah, I think he took over.
Oh yeah.
Franchise.
Yeah. Because I think he's you know he's semi-retired.
Did his
Where's
daughter
Triple H?
really get married to Triple H?
Triple
Yeah,
H is
They
the
did get really for real, like
the son-in-law.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
Yeah,
that's
they-
the son-in-law.
It was a real story, bro.
What's her name?
I don't know.
Stephanie McMahon. Correct.
Didn't they find Macho Man Elizabeth dead in Lex Luthor's house?
This sounds like a novella.
Lex Luger.
Yeah.
Lex Luger.
Lex Luger.
That was Superman.
Nah, for real.
No, that's Luca.
Didn't they find her dead in his house?
Nah, I don't even know. Really?
Bro, that dude used to take the limo down to in Washington D.C. and he would pull up in a limo and it would be what's his name, Lex Luger. Lex Luger would be in the limo buying crack from the dudes in the street. He was a known crackhead. And Elizabeth, which was Macho Man's wife, she died. They found her dead in his crib. He ended up, I guess he took her and they were doing drugs together and they found Elizabeth dead in his crib.
Right now, there are females listening to this like, they're worse than us.
Wow, that's amazing.
That is crazy.
Lex Luger's a known crackhead. Yeah.
He's still alive?
Yes, he's battling cancer.
Is he?
Yeah, he's battling
Yeah,
cancer.
he is. You're right.
He looks like
Is he alive? You sure?
yeah. I think he's
Okay.
still alive. I really
I did
believe
know.
that because I
I
kind
do
of
remember him battling cancer, but
yeah he battling like throat cancer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Smoking that crack.
Mm-hmm.
like dude was looking crazy for a minute, but he
Ric
bounced
Flair.
back. No, that's the man right there.
Ric Flair's
Ric
good
Flair's
now.
the man.
He keeps dying and coming back.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yo, but how did what's his name die? Ultimate Warrior. Did he die like that too?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he died.
I don't know what he died from. I imagine excessive steroids and
Steroids.
Nah,
drugs.
he definitely
yeah.
worded up before we went out there. He was wild.
He was the biggest dude of all. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was on steroids.
He went out there.
Jacked.
100%.
Look at him.
And
Google
now-
a picture of him in his
Yo,
prime.
Yo, you remember Big Papa Pump?
Hell yeah, he had
Yo,
a muscle on
your
top of a
muscles don't
muscle.
even grow like that.
Yeah,
Without
yeah,
the
yeah.
muscles.
Yeah,
You
bicep.
get muscles
He
like
had a
that. Yo,
muscle on top of the
like
muscle.
Popeye, she was like, no, you don't grow muscles like that without roids.
Yeah, but you could tell this guy was also on like maybe speed because the Ultimate Warrior was just like you look back now, you're like, damn nigga, calm down.
Yeah,
He looked like he couldn't
Cocaine.
contain himself.
Yeah, the Canadian dude killed the whole family, right?
Chris Benoit.
The rat Wolverine.
Chris Benoit, Rabbit
Wow.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he killed his whole
You
family.
think that's Roy's that put you in that spot?
100%. Roids and depression. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Roy
All that
Rage.
mixture of things.
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
He
we're
was
taking it back
partying.
from me,
You,
bro.
you guys watch wrestling nowadays?
Hell no.
Yeah, I fell out of
I
I
tried
watch it
watching
a little. Just a little.
On my wife's side of the family, every WrestleMania they watch it. They don't watch it the whole year, but WrestleMania they have a party just to watch it, and they've been consistent.
Wasn't
since
that
they
just
were
the other
kids.
day? WrestleMania? Oh no, that
Oh,
was
no, it's
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah. No,
SummerSlam was
WrestleManias,
it.
I don't even know what it is.
I
They,
hate
they tell me like a week before, and I'm like, I'm there. So I watch these new wrestlers. I'm like, I have no idea who none of these people are.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, Undertaker will show up. I'm like, I know who he is. I know who
Yeah,
Undertaker
but you
is.
gotta be like a little like something mentally wrong with you if you're a wrestler though.
If you're a
Think
wrestler,
they're all sane?
wrestlers?
Yes.
I don't know. The Rock looked like he came up pretty good.
Oh, I think he's the only one. I guess.
John
That's probably why
Cena?
he got out.
John Cena? Wasn't he in service? He
Yeah,
served in,
I guess.
he's a
Maybe
regular
John
Joe.
Cena. Maybe.
Yo, I could hear the crickets. You
Not
could
the.
hear
You hear that phone too?
Hell yeah.
That's good.
I could hear, last time I could hear, I don't know if it was pause, many pauses, but it was like chewing and swallowing. Pause. But Yeah, it's crazy now that the mic's actually working. We're so noob at this, so we apologize.
And you know what's crazy too with the wrestling too? Every time if I do see it, the arenas are packed.
Hell
It's not like it died out. It died out for us because we kind of grew out of it.
Yeah.
But like it is packed.
Once you knew it was fake, is that when you stopped watching it?
That was devastating.
That was
yeah,
it,
but they
right?
don't make no money.
I knew it was fake and I still watched it.
It's like,
Yeah, I know.
I can't watch. I can't watch 10 seconds of that shit.
Yeah,
It's not for me.
so what age was it? Dun 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 dun. Go bitch.
I don't really watch it, but when SummerSlam, not SummerSlam, what's it called? The one that used to come on Friday night. Was when The Rock and Stone Cold was popular.
WCW.
It was SmackDown. SmackDown made a video game, and then that's when I was with my baby mom, and she had 3 brothers. So we used to take 4 controllers and play it in the crib. So that's when I was like getting back into it a little bit, but that's as far as I got.
I was
already
gone. I
old.
was gone before Stone Cold and The Rock even came.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I was
Yep.
gone.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I grew up on that.
That's me.
I got back into it during that time because of the games. The video games were fun, so I was like, all right. I'll
Yeah, I
watch it.
think I was done.
I
after
feel like the
Cold.
last person was just like maybe the Undertaker thing.
Yeah. The Undertaker was the last guy.
Remember anything on? No, I love the Undertaker. Maybe that's why I'm so dark.
The excellence of execution, Bret Hart.
Brett the Hitman.
That's
No,
my
That was
guy.
my last.
Yeah,
He was in
That
there.
was
He
my
was in
last
there.
guy.
He was still in there. Yeah, they
Because
were
everybody broke out and he stood in WWE F or whatever.
Yeah.
Everybody broke out. Hulk Hogan broke out.
Yeah. Anybody, so basically, the Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Randy
Macho
Savage,
Man,
Macho Brett, the Undertaker.
Diesel, what's the guy name? Diesel.
Razor-
That's pretty much
Razor
it.
Ramon?
Razor Ramon.
Razor
That's it.
Ramon.
After that, I can't name anybody
yeah.
else.
left before the
We were the
whole
classic.
Generation X.
Yeah, I
didn't
watched.
even
I was.
grow
I
up.
watched some of
I
that.
watched NWO.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
was
even
my
think I
time.
crossed over WWF. I think once WWF stopped, I stopped. I don't even. Where did it go? The NWO after that or WWE?
No, they went from
WCW. WWF bought WCW,
Right.
and then they brought them over like a different crew almost.
When
Yeah.
that
Like a
happened,
different
I was
gang.
gone. Yeah, I was only
The
WWF.
fact that you know that.
I know.
No, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, they bought
when I
that.
said- when I watched the video we used to play video.
Yo, what
games.
was
That's
the
why I learned all
what
that.
was the owner of the of
Eric
W-
Bischoff.
Eric Bischoff.
Eric
That's
Bischoff.
right.
He was a wrestler.
No, he was the owner.
The
He used
four-
to rest, you know, he
The
would get in
Four
ring.
Horsemen on Anderson
Yes.
and whoever the else they were.
Damn, yo.
Wow, we just went down to
Yeah, but those are
wrestling
wrestlers
rabbit
that we
hole,
really
son.
didn't-
I'm listening as an audience. I'm like, these niggas are
What's
old.
the dude that painted his face?
Sting.
Sting, right?
Sting.
I never saw Sting fight ever.
I
You
never-
remember all these names?
I never remember that guy fight.
I never saw fight
because
for real
I,
either.
I never
Me
saw
neither.
because he never came to WWE.
Yeah, he was
or
somewhere
WWE, right? And Lex Luger, that was
Yeah.
another one that never came to WWE.
Yeah.
Only after at the end or whatever.
Which one was the more popular? WWF, WWE,
WWF.
WCW?
Which had them beat.
Ricky the Dragon
W-
Steamboat.
you had to be a real wrestling fan to watch WCW.
Yeah.
That was like the underdog.
Nah, they had all the good characters.
Harlem Heat.
WWF.
Yeah,
Harlem Heat was
Remember
hot.
ECW?
yeah, I remember ECW.
ECW was like
Extreme.
RC Cola. That was like.
Yeah. I only remember Rob Van Dam was the only one I remember from that.
I'm gonna have to borrow that, sir.
I only remember Rob Van Dam from that. That was the only one I remember.
Yeah, you want to see the premier fighters wrestling? It's WWE.
But that's kind of like UFC too. UFC's like the premier. Then you got the other one where they fight in a ring. I forget Pride fight. It's Pride. And then they got another one where they fight in a weird octagon. It's not even an octagon. It's like a pentagram or something. It's a weird one. And the rules are different.
Is it in our nature to want to just be brutal sometimes, violent?
Hell yeah.
That's why people
like
love
football.
crime faces.
Right. That's it's in our it's in our inherent nature to be savages. Would you be able to kill somebody?
Me?
If
Yeah.
I had to, yo. If I had no choice. It's like,
No. I need you to kill this guy right here.
Yeah, no
Noel. Would you be able to see yourself kill somebody for some purpose other than defending yourself or your family? Take that, bitch. You don't know how to do nothing. I got to do this show by myself. No.
Nah, I wouldn't do it.
Okay. You?
I got anger issues. But
Whoa. We
I
got a
don't
murderer
believe-
here.
I got anger issues, but I believe, I hope, I wouldn't.
Nah, if you're not defending yourself or your family, then you should be able to finesse your way out of that.
yeah.
How about your
Uh,
street honor in parentheses?
And if you're saying I'm the one that's in charge of killing, that means I got the gun and you don't. You understand what I'm saying? That means I got the drop on you. So if I'm in control and it's not to defend me or my family, nah, I'm not gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying?
Is defending your finances considered defending yourself?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
So
Yes.
now you just opened up a whole nother lane.
So other than me, myself, and I, would you be able to kill someone?
I
Nah, I
don't
don't
think
think so.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Watching these fights online, one thing I learned about that is walk away. I've seen people catch seizures, getting slammed on their heads. And one thing, every time I watch the video, I'm like, please just walk away. Just walk away.
So, military for that country, right? Anybody serve there?
No.
Would you? Would you have had?
No.
Yes, I would have.
Yeah, I would have.
I would have.
No.
If
Yeah.
I had to, yeah. It always comes out to that. If I really had to.
If I
Especially-
really had to, but voluntarily?
No.
I thought about it. I kind of think I should have did it.
After 911, I thought I
Yeah.
should have.
Yeah, I felt the same way. You know what's funny? I went to register for the military. Yeah, I went to register and have asthma, so they wouldn't let me. But then 9/11 happened.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, I would have went to freaking war. Because
Oh.
before that, the military was like, oh, you go to freaking Germany.
I'm bored
over
as shit in
here.
my job. I go now if they want. They hate my job.
I think I'm going to. I agree.
I was telling my
I've been dying to be a, I don't know,
No.
American hero, I guess. A
I
G.I. Joe.
was telling my nephew, I was telling him, yo, school's about to start in 48 hours to torture him. And I'm like, yo, but it sucks, right? Going back to school. He's like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? If you don't finish it, imagine it sucking to go to work the rest of your life. If it sucks now, make it count, right? Finish it. Get something out of it.
Do something that you want to
real.
do.
Do something you want to do so you're happy, your neighbor's happy,
And
you
don't kill
happy,
nobody.
and you don't have to kill anybody,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I went in to the recruiter's office, and they took me to the back because they're not supposed to do this and measure you. And they were like, yeah, you can make it, but you got to lose like 50 pounds. We're going to put you on a treadmill. You'll be all right. I was like, but to kill someone other than me, myself, and I, no. And would I go? No. It takes a special.
In an act of war, definitely.
Yeah, so
I think
that's what I'm
you would
saying.
have to
You would
control.
have to.
It's just that
I
the-
think I'd get court-martialed, actually.
It's just that
If you put me in the middle of Afghanistan somewhere.
some of the stories that don't get covered is the story of some of the things that your fellow soldiers do. And because you're part of that crew, that culture, you're on this side, you kind of let it slide, but that stuff stays in your mind. Can you imagine that? You imagine your fellow armsman, God forbid, and hopefully this never happened, but imagine him raping a child, chopping up a kid.
No, now
Well,
you're
yeah, but
getting
we're not
wild.
gonna.
That's
Yeah,
a
we're
whole
not gonna.
nother- that's a
We're
whole
not gonna
nother angle.
accept that anywhere.
I'm
Here
saying,
in the jungle of
yeah,
Vietnam.
yeah.
I'm not gonna accept that anywhere. I'm not gonna accept
No,
that
I'm-
anywhere for my.
I was
for
thinking
my,
more of a survival thing. I did. Yeah, like,
Yo, these stories
Yeah.
I was
exist.
thinking you throw me in the jungle of Vietnam. I just
No,
take
but
a
you're
whole
gonna
village.
get- you're gonna
I'll
get-
take a whole village out.
no, you're gonna get in the zone.
No, I'm gonna take out the parents because I want to do something sexual with
Yo,
their kids.
I wish we had. I wish we had cameras because your faces, y'all overdrawn in it. When I you wildin', son. Te pasaste.
Get somewhere else.
Yo, we out of here. What is it? The basement, yo. We out. Yo,
That's awesome.
your faces was best. Thanks for that. Yeah. So go ahead.
I feel like war.
Maybe you should keep talking. Let's see where you go with this.
Yeah.
This is why I don't record by myself.
I was gonna say, I think war. The one thing war does for sure is that it unites a people, right? We kind of saw that right after 9/11. Everybody was like, "Yeah, we're together, we're one."
Right.
The same thing happened with Pearl Harbor. Everybody was like, "We're one."
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's one thing that war does. I think the dragged out war is what messes everybody up. It should just be hit them, get out. Like World War II was just like boom, 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 and we out.
You know how the good guy wins, basically. You know, like when we went to Nazi Germany,
Yeah.
and he lost, and Germany lost, and Hitler took himself out, whatever, right? The good people won, which
Yeah.
was technically us, right, or whatever.
We won, so we're the good
for
people.
democracy, right? What would have happened if they would have won?
Well, first of all, they weren't, in their opinion, they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not like they were doing this like we know we're the bad guy. No, they thought they were the good guy.
It's like today. What would happen if all that Muslim nations came together, which it must be in the hundreds of millions in numbers? Their numbers, I'm pretty sure their numbers are greater than anybody else's together.
The Christians will body slam Randy Savage style.
I don't know. Christians are kind of meek.
All this soft?
Yeah, especially the Catholics. They
They're
might
shallow.
let it slide.
Maybe the Catholics, definitely. They got the biggest numbers.
Because not for nine, technically, the Holy Land is very significant to us also. The Holy Land is that's all we, if we're Christian or whatever, and we read the Bible and we listen to the Bible our whole lives, Israel, the Holy Land, is very significant in our lives.
But that was
That's all the people talk. That's what churches talk
the
about.
crusade was all about that, right?
Right.
So the crusades
So
was the
now
Muslims were taking over,
Muslim
and
took
they sent the army to stop
now
them.
the Muslims took over the Wailing War, or the place where the temple is supposed to be, and we sit back and allow it.
So what do you think we should bomb them?
Nuke them. Send us. Oh,
Because
send one of
technically
Hillary's
it's under
people.
their
Oof.
That's
technically
what
it's
they
under
gotta
their
do. If they
control,
betray Hillary,
but not
What?
necessarily.
if they betray Hillary, they'll die. They'll get killed. They'll all commit suicide.
Right.
My back. Yo, these flies. Where's the squatter, bro? They're coming back. They're coming back. I feel like I got that sweet blood, so they're just like. The other one that was here earlier must have ate and left and told his buddy, yo, there's food over there. Come check it out.
So what would happen if the bad guys win? Right?
We lose. Or we become part of the
We're
bad
the
guys.
bad guys. Yeah, we become the bad guys. We don't know we're the bad guys. We're probably the bad guys right now.
Maybe we are the bad guys. Technically.
Imagine being Russian.
To them, we're the bad guys, right? To them, we're the bad guys. Right now, let's say
Right,
whatever
basically.
country we're in right now, we're the bad guys.
What about if we were in China?
Communists.
Like with everything that's going on over there?
You guys are too smart for me.
Yeah.
You guys
A
are
lot of
all-
intellect.
yeah, you're too smart. For I'm not that smart.
I guess. I'm definitely not that smart. I'm just nosy. I think it's just a matter of your nosiness.
You're
What's
using-
your level
we're
of
using
nosiness?
the word communist in a sentence.
He
It's
is.
over my head.
He is. Blame him.
You said communist. I said
Did I say
No, you said Russians in China.
It's a Russian in
I was like,
China. I
imagine
never
if we were
mentioned that.
communists.
Yeah, he said communist. Nah, listen. I mean, at the end of the day, I think that what's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. Whatever that is supposed to happen, and I think that like that goes into the point of like when you watch these videos. Sometimes some of the videos that you post, when you watch it, you think, that one deserved it. Like you were looking for it. You definitely deserve that one. And you don't feel as bad. And then you get those one or two that you're like, you should have just kept it going, right? You had a chance.
walk away.
Just walk away.
Just walk away.
But
Let
then
that
there's
pride go.
what about then there's the ones that you've seen the one at McDonald's where the girls jump over the counter and the guy takes like he out of nowhere he finds a freaking one of those things to close the gate, those long rods.
Oh yeah.
Right? He finds one of those and he goes wailing on them.
Nah.
The guy had a record. He had a felon on him, and he basically he wailed on him. Like, he didn't have to go. He was like, yeah, hold on, yeah. And then there's an annoying white lady screaming, stop. So annoying. You must have seen this video. Yo, it's so bad.
Mickey
I'll
D's.
put it up. It's Mickey D's.
gets you like that.
Mickey D's is in the
That's
food.
that high fat content.
No,
Feel
so-
you, son.
Yo, so
Popeyes.
he didn't get charged. He didn't get charged. Actually, the girls got
Because
charged
they aggressor, right?
because they were the aggressors. He went into flight mode. He was self-defense. He went into flight mode. And coming from a jail background where you're constantly watching your back, he did time. That was his defense, and there were no charges. There were charges brought on her. A story you never hear.
Yeah, but you need a pole to stop girls.
Yo, he just went
You know what I'm
in. You
saying?
could tell he turned off his thinking cap.
I know, but I could beat up 10 girls without a pole. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a pole.
How about they were big girls?
Yo, you gotta watch the clip and like talk about it. because I guess, but you could tell like he lost it. Like he went straight when he saw the girls jumping over the counter, the other girl coming around. You know what I mean? He just grabbed the first thing he saw. I don't know where did that come from? Usually that's in the front of the store because you needed to close the gate.
This was a McDonald's?
This was a McDonald's. I don't even know. I don't remember where, but definitely crazy ass story.
Wow. Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I mean?
This just
wild.
happened?
Nah, I don't know when it happened. Yo, I cannot believe nobody's seen this video. Nah, it's wild. So yeah, I'll send it to you so that way you could check it out. And the backstory behind it is crazy. The fact that he didn't get, you would think that he would get convicted. You know what I mean? You went overboard, my man. You went chop city on these two girls. So yeah. Fuagadong. And the white lady screaming in the back. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm like, hit her once. Just hit her once with the thing. So annoying. I know it's messed up I said that. I love my crackers. I love all of you guys. So that's basically the basement. I like to leave it on a racist note just to remind you guys, a little bit of hate is good. It steps up your game. You know what I'm saying? Up your game up. So what's next for what you're doing? What's next for besides the documentary?
The podcast, our own podcast, and there's gonna be more videos. I'm doing more videos, obviously. We're gonna do the podcast, the documentary, and what else is there? We're gonna start focusing more on YouTube. It's up now, but it's not. We didn't, put our best foot forward on it yet. We're gonna put more content on there, and that's it. Just keep making more and more stuff. Every single day we're making something. We're doing something new.
And where can people find you?
Just go with the Instagram at Crime Faces. That's where everything. That's where it's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on everything. But the Instagram is gonna have all the updates and whatever's coming out new, and that's where all the advertising is going on. So I'll make it simple. Just follow the Instagram. That's it.
All right, yeah, we're gonna make some moves and talk some more on that whole podcasting note, and however we could link up and figure this thing out. We're definitely gonna do that. For you guys, you're all part of the same Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so if you guys definitely want to hit them up, we'll put up the link and whatnot.
Cool. Put in the bio and all that.
Yeah. What you got? Close this out.
That's it. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Inconsistent.